Good morning, everybody. Let's start with our toe lifts. Good, 8, 7. Here's 4, 3. Heels up, right, then left. So right and left. Today we've got our tabatas. We're going to do our 2 exercises, 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. But today we're going to do the first exercise for 4 rounds and then the second for 4 rounds. Let's bring it up for a march. Let's start to think about bracing our core. So tuck those ribs under just a little bit, trying to get the thighs as close to parallel to the floor as we can get. 4, 3, hamstring curls. Add a little tricep, press it back. So you don't have to get your heel to your buns. We just want to start to work on bending those knees. Start to wake up the back of the leg. 4, 3, knees back up in front. Start to add a little rotation. If you don't want to rotate, you're perfectly fine. Just doing a nice, good march. Good, 8. Here's 4, 3. Back to our curls. We're going to pull it down. Arms can be a little in front. Think about driving the elbow down and back into your back pocket. So pull, pull. 4, 3, slow deadlifts right here. Feet hip width apart. Hinge and stand tall. So hinge, 2, lift, 2. Hinge. Good, we've got 4 more right here. So nice, good hinge. We're gonna think about hinging, reaching forward. Grab your socks, pull them up. Hinge, 2, lift, 2. Slow squat, down and up. So now we have a little bit more of a knee bend. Take your hips towards your heels, down and lift. And I kind of feel I like to shift my weight into my right leg. So I'm trying to keep myself a little more centered. Good, down, down, lift, lift. 2 more. Last one. Good, forward step and reach. So forward and pull. Squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. Here's 4, 3, 2. Step it out to the side. Side lunge. We're going to hold it here. Just a nice, good side to side movement. Here's 4, 3, 2. All right, bring it into the center. Hold it. Inhale, cat-cow. Exhale. Good, in and out. 1 more. Keep the legs nice and wide. Roll it all the way up. We're going to reach to the one leg. Come back up in the center. So little reach, back in the center. And it's okay if your reach only gets to your knees. Think about opening that shoulder. This is just like our open book. So little side lunge, reach towards your calf, or maybe reach towards your ankle. 2 more. Reach and lift. Reach. All right, give yourself space. Plank walkouts. I'm going to turn my body to the side. I'm going to hinge it, walk it forwards. Nice, good plank position. Walk myself back up to standing. So hinge it forwards. A nice, good walkout. Nice, good walk back. Now, if you've got that chair nearby or even a wall, then just have your hands on the seat of the chair. Keep the chest in line with the chair, and then step it back into your plank. And my shoulders are crunchy today. Good, I'm gonna do 1 more. Nice, good walkout. Walk it all the way back. Come back up into the center. Take your feet about hip width apart, maybe a little bit closer, little bounces right here. So it's a little heel slam. So this is our, we don't wanna jump, but we're gonna start working on a little bit of impact. So just slam the heels down. We have soft knees. If you feel up to jumping, go for it. Good, drop, drop. Just 4, 3, hold it here, take the arms up, shoulders up, reach it back. So a little bit more shoulder work today. We're gonna do some overhead tricep extensions. If you don't wanna go overhead, you're gonna do a kickback and you're perfectly fine. Good, 4 more, lift. Take it down, reach, and lower. Up, touch, up, reach. 2 more. 1 more. Good, bring it in, shake it out, roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. I'm just gonna double check emails because this is a very small group for a Tuesday. Which, no judgments. I am super, super happy that you are all here, and I will take what we can get. I'm just kind of surprised. This is like half the size of a Tuesday class. All right. 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. The first exercise, 4 rounds. The second exercise, 4 rounds. We're gonna do a squat pulse, and you can grab a dumbbell if you'd like. We're gonna do squat pulse, 2, 1, rotate, 3, 2, 1, and rotate, and then lunges. So we're keeping it pretty simple today, doing some isolation exercises. If you want to grab a dumbbell for the first exercise, great. If you don't, no worries. But we're going to do squat pulses with rotations in 3, 2, and 1. So we just take it down. We're just going to do 3, 2, 1, and then rotate. 3, 2, 1, rotate. 3, 2, 1, rotate. Now if you prefer, 1, rotate, no weights. Good, rest and bring it up. So 10 seconds rest, and we're gonna repeat that again. So we're gonna go right back into that. All right, here we go. So with or without a dumbbell, 3, 2, 1, turn. 3, 2, 1, and turn. And I do a little bit of a diagonal to my hip. You don't have to. You can just do a little rotation. 2, 1, turn. Good. Short rest. So we should be feeling those good pulses. Here's 3, 2, and 1. And remember, it's okay if your pulse is up here, as long as you are feeling this more in your glutes and your hamstrings. I don't want you feeling this a lot in your knees because we're pushing our hips back towards our heels. Here's 2, and 1. So when we're doing our pulse, we're not pushing from our knees, we're pushing from our hips. Last set. Good, here we go. So 3, 2, 1, rotate. 3, 2, 1, rotate. So a little bit of core work here. And I'm definitely feeling this set. Here's 3, 2, and 1. All right, lunges. Lunges, lunges. So decide 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, you choose. Here we go. So we're just gonna take it back. Drop to a lunge, stand tall. Drop to a lunge, stand tall. If you want to be mean to yourself, you can do 2 rounds right leg only, 2 rounds left leg only. I'm gonna do alternating. Here's 2, and 1. Short rest. I'm gonna do 2 rounds reverse, 2 rounds forward. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So lunge and lift. Lunge and lift. Think about dropping the back knee down towards the floor. You don't have to stay perfectly upright and lean back, but you don't have to go forwards either. So just a little hinge. 2, good, short rest. 2 more sets, and then we're gonna give the legs a break and do some upper body. 3, 2, and 1. So I'm gonna go for my forward lunges this round. Not everybody likes forward lunges. I get it. So it's a good time to practice. So maybe weighted reverse lunges and then unweighted forwards. 2 and 1. Good, we've got 1 more set. There's 3, 2, and 1. Good. So step it forward or back. Drop the back knee towards the floor, and that'll really help. So if you feel a lot of pressure in your knees, especially that front one, make sure that we're dropping the back knee to the floor. versus trying to push that knee forwards. Good job. Dumbbells down, walk around, grab a quick drink. We're gonna move on circuit number 2. We're going for back and biceps. So we have rows, 4 rounds, and then we have bicep curls, 4 rounds. So we're gonna do 4 rounds of rows first. You can alternate both at the same time, 2 right, 2 left, lots of options. The 20 seconds of rows, in 3, 2, and 1. So just a nice good row, hinged forwards, drive, and lower. Keep an eye on where your hands are. A lot of times we take it forwards, past our toes, and come back. I want you to think close to your hips, close to your legs. Why did that do that? We're gonna do 3, 2, 1. Good, rest. My timer started and then stopped. But now we're where we should be. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So just nice, good row. Drive it back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, but keep those ribs tucked under. So if you watch my back, it's a neutral spine. It's not going anywhere. It's nice and tall. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. 2 more rounds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinge it forwards. Ribs tucked. Drive it back. So my hands really run up kind of the front third of my leg. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10 seconds rest. 1 more set of rows, and then we're going to switch it for biceps. 3, 2, and 1. Hinge it forwards. So rows get biceps. So you're getting a little bit of bicep here, but you shouldn't feel like your back isn't doing anything and your arms are doing all the work. It's shoulder blades. 3, 2, and 1. Good, short rest. Switching weights if you need to go lighter or heavier. We've got bicep curls, 2 rounds hammer, 2 rounds palms facing forwards. Here we go. So hammer curl, 2 rounds. This is where our palms face in towards our thighs. Thumb comes up towards our shoulders. So nice, good lift. Nice, good lower. My elbow is to the side of my body and it tries to stay, good rest, tries to stay underneath my shoulders. Sometimes when we start going heavier, we start digging those elbows into our tummies. Here's 2 and 1. We don't want to do that. We also don't want to swing. We don't want to bring our elbow up in front. Try to keep it pointing down towards the floor. Squeeze an orange right in the crook of the elbow. Here's 3, 2, and 1. All right, short rest. I'm going to switch my hand position, palms facing forwards, still off to the side versus coming in front. Here we go. So curl it up, take it down. Curl it up and lower. I know this is another one where we bring our arms in and we have it kind of against our legs. Try to have it a little bit to the side of you, upper arms relaxed. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, short rest. We got 1 more set. 3, 2, and 1. So curl it up, take it down. Curl it up, take it down. So good squeeze. Shoulders relaxed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down, walk it around, shake it out. Grab a quick drink of water. We're gonna move on circuit number 3, going back to legs. So we're gonna do a single leg balancing deadlift. You can do this body weight only, But I really do want you to think leg is up, try to keep it up the whole time. Reach and bring it in. And it's okay if your reach is here, if it's really small. 2 rounds right, 2 rounds left, and then we have curtsy lunges as exercise number 2. Getting some single leg work in there today. So decide if you want to use a dumbbell or not. You don't have to. 20 seconds, 2 rounds right in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to do the dumbbell on the same side as the leg that's on the floor, and I'm just going to hinge and I'm going to come up. Now this is another one. We don't want to reach out past our toes. I want you to reach down like there's something right by your foot. 3, 2, and 1. Little shake out. We're going to do the same thing, same side. The big thing with this is don't let your body rotate, right? 2 and 1. So you can see my hips are staying level and parallel. I'm not letting my body open, especially if you've got a dumbbell. Sometimes we turn and we open that hip. We're not doing that one today. I want you to keep it level. So upper body parallel to the floor, hips are in that neutral position. 2 and 1. Bring it in, shake it out. We're going to switch it over to the other leg. So same thing, nice good foot position, shift your weight into that front leg right here. We're just gonna do a little hinge and come back up. And you can see, I'm not going very far. It looks like I kind of am, but I'm not. I'm barely getting to my knee. Nice good hinge. Going a little bit farther, this is another one. You don't have to touch the floor. If you are, you might be collapsing at the chest. Good, rest. We wanna try to think about keeping that body nice and tight. Nice and neutral. 3, 2, and 1. And your back leg doesn't have to extend. You can kind of keep it bent. Extending it just changes it a little bit. You can think about a little bit of a counterbalance, but I want you to work on balance here. Single leg movement. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. We're going to go for curtsy lunges. I'm going to keep my single dumbbell. I'm going to do 2 rounds right, 2 rounds left. Here we go, time's on. Now, if you want to alternate right, left, please do. Please do. So if you know that your body isn't going to like this, alternate. You're going to get about the same number of reps, but it's just going to give you that extra little split second of a break. 2 and 1. And for some people, that just works. But same thing. I'm going to do the same side, or you can switch. 2 and 1. So nice, good curtsy. Stand nice and tall. So the leg that's on the floor that isn't moving is the one that's doing 90+% of the work. Little hinge, drop the knee, and come back up. And again, it doesn't have to be a big hinge or a big sit. This one's little, but I still feel it. 2 and 1. Bring it in. Switch it over to the other leg. Same thing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So nice, good cross and lift. Now I notice I do this one on this side. I kind of kick my hip out a little bit more. So I'm trying to watch that a little bit. So this is good. Just be aware of what your body does. And sometimes it does it, we don't even notice it. And we're like, why does one side feel easy? Good, rest. Might be that that side is stronger. Might be that that side is cheating a little bit. Trying to find ways to make it easier. Here we go. So a little cross and lift it up. And again, we don't want to turn our bodies today. I want you to keep hip, knees, and toes kind of pointing forwards. Grab your dress, grab your cape, and we're going to curtsy. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, walk around, grab a drink. Going back to upper body. This round, we have tricep extensions. I am going to do overhead. If you don't want to do overhead, then I want you to do kickbacks, okay? I'm going to do 2 rounds right, 2 rounds left. You can do the same thing here. Or you can do 2 rounds palms in and then open the chest, 2 rounds palms forwards. It's a little bit different. Second exercise, lightweight. we're gonna do shoulder lowers instead of lifts. So I would go lighter than you normally would. You're gonna feel it a lot quicker. So let's get ready for our triceps. Again, I'm gonna do overhead, you don't have to. 20 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm just doing a nice good overhead extension right here. If this is not comfortable for you, I want you to do a kickback. There's nothing wrong with kickbacks. So just lift and lower. And I just kind of add, you can add a little support here to make sure your elbows, your upper arm's not moving. It's kind of up to you. Good, rest. I'm gonna do the same side. So 2 rounds right, 2 rounds left, or 2 rounds both. Here's 2 and 1. So just a nice good lower, nice good lift. So make sure that we're not letting the arm go forward and back as we do this, and make sure that we're not popping our elbow way out to the side here. Try to keep it forward. Show me your tricep. Show me your tricep. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Switch it over to the other side. The reason why I like doing the overheads is because we're getting kind of a double shoulder here. 2 and 1. So slowly lower, lift it back up, because we're having to take our shoulder blade, which is right here, pack it tight against our torso to stabilize our upper arm. So we get that shoulder blade into a good position. Yes, it's coming a little up and out because our arm is overhead, but we're still good. Rest, still letting it be tight because we're stabilizing the shoulder to do our triceps. 3, 2, and 1. So we stabilize the shoulder. So you can see my arm isn't going too crazy wobbling. And it's okay if your elbow is a little forwards. We just want to keep our head in a nice neutral position. Lower and lift. 3, 2, and 1. All right, side lowers. I am absolutely grabbing 3 pounds. I am grabbing 3 pounds. Good, set the shoulders. We're gonna take the arms out. Lower, lift, lower, lift. I'm just gonna keep up with the music because I am going light today. I might bump it up to 5s in the next set. If you're like, this is still too much, down and lift, down and lift. And you can see my arms are not here. Good, rest. We wanna try to get our arms out, even if it's a little bit bent. You can see it's 90-90, 2, and 1. Down, up, up. So you can see the little drop. Shoulders away from the ears, out, down. Make it harder, longer lever. Now I'm sticking with my 3s. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So a little short rest. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 3s because that is plenty. 3, 2, and 1. And remember, if you don't like the palms facing the floor and you usually do a scapular raise, you can absolutely do this. You're just gonna be a little bit at an angle, down and up. So think pinky, thumb, pinky down, thumb up, pinky down, thumb up, lower, lift. 2 and 1, bring it in, a little rest. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. So down, lift, lift. Remember, you've got those options. If that's too much, bend the elbow. Notice my arm stays nice and flat, parallel to the floor. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, set it down, shake it out, walk around, grab a quick drink of water. We're gonna head down to the floor. If you don't wanna go to the floor, we're gonna do chest presses. You can do a banded chest press, you can do an incline push-up, or you're gonna do an incline chest press where you sit towards the front of your chair, upper back is at the back of the chair, and you're gonna punch where the wall and the ceiling meet. So not straight ahead and not overhead, but at an angle. Then we're gonna do side planks. Side planks at an incline. You can do a single-sided farmer's carry if you wanna do that and stay standing today. The rest of us, we're gonna head down to the floor. So just 20 seconds, get those dumbbells ready. And especially if you're getting heavier, when we do our chest press and we put our dumbbells down, we don't want to just let our arms go out to the side. A lot of pressure on the shoulders. So if you can, just put them by your hips and maybe even sit up. But we're going to take it for 4 rounds of chest presses in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So all the way down, just 2 rounds or 4 rounds of chest presses. I'm going to do 2 rounds, neutral grip, palms facing in, and then I'm going to do 2 rounds where my elbows are out a little bit. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you can bring it down, short rest, or if you want a double whammy, hold it in the up position during the rest period. Here we go. So down and lift. This is another one where we don't want to bend our elbows and drop our thumbs towards our shoulders. So we don't want to turn it into triceps. Elbows down, press it up. So wrist stays in line with your elbow. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So now I'm going to change my hand position just a little bit. I'm just going to rotate the thumbs in a little. Pinkies are going to point towards the corners by my hips. Here we go. So I'm going to take it down just a little bit wider. The motion is the same. Our upper arm is just a couple of inches away from our torso instead of right next to it. So inhale, exhale up. 3, 2, 1. Good. Short rest. You can do arms up or arms down, whatever feels better. 2 and 1. So chest press, down and up. Shoulders are still away from the ears. We don't want to let our shoulders start to take over. Let the big muscles in your chest do the work. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in. I take my hands towards my hips, come up to seated. We have side planks in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just a nice good side plank. If you're standing, farmer carry, one side only. The heavier the weight, the better. Think about all the stuff that's heavy that we have to carry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it in. Little rest. I'm going to do the same side. You're welcome to switch. So just a nice good position. 3, 2, and 1. So bring it up. It's only 20 seconds, so I'm going to do a full side plank on my toes. My feet are stacked balance beam. Good. 10 seconds. Think about this shoulder. This shoulder is not up by your ear. It's pulled down and back. It's over your elbow, over your wrist. 2 and 1. Carefully bring it down. Switching to the other side. So find that position. You can be on your knees. You can be on your elbows. Personal preference. 2, 1. Bring it up. So nice, good side plank. Nice, good side plank. We haven't done these for a while, so I'm kind of interested to see how everybody feels doing them. We haven't done them for a while, but I actually feel pretty good doing this on my toes today. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. So even though we've done shoulders and chest and triceps, we're feeling pretty good. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Shoulder down. Lift it up. Shoulder is over your elbow or your wrist. Even if you're on your knees, we're nice and open. Good. 10 seconds. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in. Shake it out. Walk around. If you're standing or even if you're on the floor and it's close by, grab a drink. We're going to do inner thigh lifts, and then we're going to do a variation of a bicycle crunch. So if you're standing, your inner thighs, you're going to stand tall. You're going to just rotate your hip out a little bit, and I want you to think about channel your inner ballerina and do a lift. So we're rotating this hip like you're trying to lift the inner thigh and your ankle towards the ceiling. Your second exercise is bicycle crunches. You can do a weighted march, because we're going to do an isometric hold with our crunches. So we're going to go ahead and take it onto the floor or standing, your choice. Take it all the way up, You can do, I'm going to do a toes pointed out, flex, and bring it back in. 20 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So low back, point the toes out, flex the feet, squeeze the inner thighs. Point to go out, flex to come in. If you're standing, don't stress about the point and the flex. I just want you to focus on a good inner thigh lift. Out, and then come in. Out, and in. 2, and 1. I'm going to keep my feet up during the rest periods, get a little extra core work here. You can rest as needed. Here's 2 and 1. So point the toes out, flex, squeeze the inner thighs together. Imagine you are somebody put you in a sleeping bag and they zippered your inner thighs together. So nice and tight. It's kind of like those mummy sleeping bags. 3, 2, and 1. Good, little rest. Really working those inner thighs today. It's okay if you don't go really far out. If you are struggling because you can't get your legs straight overhead, good, time's on. I don't want you to be out here. This is going to put a lot more stress. I want you to think about bending your knees and then think Suzanne Summers Thigh Master, right? Out and in. So out and in. Good, rest. I'm betting there's a lot of people nowadays that don't even know who Suzanne Summers is and what the Thigh Master was. Good, let's take the legs out and then bring it in. So point, flex, zipper those inner thighs together. Good, flex. Really think trying to keep your hips nice and straight. Good, rest. All right, we're gonna do an isometric crunch as we do our bicycles. So we're gonna do kind of a dead bug. Lift the upper body off of the floor or close to it, time's on, and we're just gonna do toe tap, toe tap. Now you can hold and just do knee lift. Knee lift. If you're standing, you're gonna do a weighted march. This one, we're not rotating. I want you to think, hold your dead bug, but this time instead of the dead bug being on the floor, your shoulders are lifted. Good, rest. So standing, weighted march. 3, 2, 1. So lift the shoulders off the floor, lift the leg, lift the leg. This is your easier option. Harder is a little bit faster. We barely tap that toe down to the ground. Tap, 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 tap. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. When we're doing this hold, check your position. Yes, your tummy is going to puff up a little bit. Good, time's on, but we don't want to lift and push our tummy up and out. We want to try to think about tightening and pulling it down and in a little bit. We don't have to make a bowl, but we also don't want to make a mountain or a molehill, right? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. We have one more set, and then we're going to stretch. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So lift it up. Little crunch, hold and hold. So your tummy is going to get a little bit round, but we don't want to just make it really big. So nice, good hold. Lift, lift, tap, tap. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out. You can just rest on your back. So you can just rest on your back. You can roll over onto your tummies. It's personal preference, whatever you want to do today. I only have one set of dumbbells out. I'm just going to leave them out, but I am going to carefully come up and grab a drink. But we're going to start on our backs. If you don't want to be on the floor, you can do a lot of these exercises in the chair. Let's take our left leg out nice and straight. Pull the right knee into the chest. And we're just going to circle our ankles while we do this, or circle the one ankle. You don't have to grab in front of the knee. You're more than welcome to just grab behind the thigh. Good, let's switch sides. So right leg is on the floor, right leg is straight. Try to have as much of the back of your leg touching the floor as possible. Pull in on the left knee, circle the ankle, couple different directions. Good, let's switch sides. So left leg is straight, right knee, we just pull it in a little bit. We're gonna have our knee in line with our hip, flex your foot, we're gonna straighten, and we're gonna bend. Now, if this is really uncomfortable for you, take that left foot and put it on the floor. Might make it a little bit better, but I want you to really think about straightening and bending. Don't go until you feel pain, just until you feel a stretch. Good. All right, keep the knee at a 90 degree, just a soft knee. Take that right knee, pull it across the body like you're trying to get your right foot to touch the floor. Our right arm is going to open up and back. So we're stretching from our right fingertips down our arm across the body and trying to get it all the way to the right knee, which is now crossed and over on the left side of the body. Good, release, bring it in, right leg is out straight, left leg, pull it in, knee is in line with your hip, flex your left foot, and then we're just gonna straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. So I want you to think keeping your knee pointing towards the ceiling, and I just want you to think heel to butt, and then bottom of the foot to the ceiling. Good, and here's 2 and 1. Now let's bend that knee and we're gonna very gently bring it across the body over to the right side. So left foot goes towards the right side of the body and the floor. Left arm, we're gonna open that chest. I like to take the back of my hand to the floor. Doesn't have to go overhead. I kind of go at an angle. Just a nice good stretch. And 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring it in on your backs. Bend both knees, feet flat on the floor. We're gonna roll ourselves over to the side. And I want you to have your hips stacked, your knees stacked, and I want the knees to be pulled in so they're about in line with your belly button. Your bottom hand is out straight, your top hand is also out straight. We're gonna do some open books here. So we're just gonna open and we're gonna close. And I want you to think less about stretching and more about movement. So it's okay if you don't get your top shoulder to the floor. I want you to try to keep the hips and the knees stacked. And I just want you to open your torso towards the floor. Good, 1 more. Bring it in, we're gonna flip it over to hands and knees. We're gonna sit back into a child's pose. I'm gonna go ahead and turn because after this child's pose, we're going to do our open book on the other side. So let's go ahead and sit your hips back towards your heels. You can add a little side to side wiggle. And 3, 2, and 1. And now we're gonna roll it over to the other side. So we're gonna lie on our side. We're going to have our hips and our knees stacked. Knees are about in line with your belly button. Bottom hand is out, top hand is out, and then same thing. We're just gonna open and we're gonna close. And I want you to try not to let your hips open back behind you. Usually we pull the knees into the ground. We're not doing that today. Open and close. Good, couple more. Here's 2 and 1. And let's go ahead and bring it up to a hands and knees position again. And we're just going to do some hip circles. So nice good hands and knees. If you need to be standing, that's okay too. And we're just going to circle the hips. So variation on cat-cow. And then let's go the other direction. Here's 2 And 1. Let's walk our hands back towards our knees, hips to heels, kneeling position. Take your strong leg, bring it around to the front. We're going to go ahead and come up to a standing position, nice and tall. So we're going to take our arms up, big breath in, hands lightly behind the ears. Exhale, hands into the small of the back. So I'm trying to keep my arms touching the wall. And this is actually a good one to practice with your back against a wall. It's harder than you think it is. Good, last one, bring it up, and then take it down to the side. So arms down, thumbs pointing forwards. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Now let's take our hands, palms facing down, flex the wrists, same thing. Shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket, elbows straight, change direction. Let's take the arms out to the side, reach the fingertips back, straight elbows moving from the shoulders, shoulder blades packed against your torso. Good, and then change direction. Bring those arms down, shoulders away from the ears, ear to shoulder, side to side. Good, bring it up, and then look to one side, look to the other. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in the center, big breath in, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Exhale, one more time, big breath in and out, and you are all done.